Today we are going to talk about the absolutely necessary checks you want to do before you go ahead and invest on a domain for a website. So if you've been following along, you may be aware that I've embarked on a one-year challenge to start an online business to build website content and earn revenue through advertisements and affiliate marketing. If you want to follow along and you want to implement this as well, I'm making this video to walk you through the checks that I have done and I recommend you do as well before you go ahead and purchase a domain name for your website. So these are things I've learned, and this is by no means an exhaustive checklist. These are the things that I've personally checked before going ahead and purchasing a domain for my website, and I suggest you go and do this as well. However, there may be other checks you might want to do. You may want to go into more depth in terms of your research. Before I share my screen and walk you through the research, I wanted to make sure that I clarify upfront that all of the checks I'm going to be showing you, they're all performed individually, but any of them or all of them together will impact on the final decision. So that's one aspect to keep in mind. The second aspect is, before we even go ahead and reserve a domain name for the website, the first thing that needs to happen is it's ideal to think of a website name, domain name, that includes at least one keyword in the domain name, one keyword that has to do with the topic about which you will be creating content on your website. So for example, we are going to work with the word keto diet. It's all about keto these days. Everybody's talking about it. So in order to have a working example to make things easier to follow, we are going to create this scenario in which, let's say, we are looking to create a website around topics to do with keto diet and keto meal plans. This seems to be very popular, and because we want to buy the domain name for a website where all the content is going to be around keto and keto diet, first we want to see what are the keywords around keto diet, what people are searching for when they're searching for keto, and then we will look to see whether we can incorporate in the domain name at least one keyword that people are searching for to do with keto, which is the topic of the fictional website we are trying to buy the domain for. So do you see what I mean? So we want to make sure first the topic we are going to be building content for, it's searched by people. So there is a market demand already there for the content that you're looking to build for the website. And also you want to make sure that at least one keyword that people are searching for is incorporating in the name for the domain that you're looking to buy. So I'm going to share my screen now and I'm going to walk you through the process of the checks to perform before going ahead and buying a domain for your website. So consider this as a checklist. We will start with the market research first for the keywords. Okay, so first step is the market research to do with keywords. So in order to carry out the search for keywords that people are entering in search engines, one tool to use is Keywords Everywhere, which is a free tool, and I've introduced this tool in a video I've made about YouTube and SEO search and keywords planning for YouTube videos. But Keywords Everywhere is a tool you can use for literally finding out what are the keywords people search for, not only on YouTube, but Google as well. So I already have this extension downloaded. It's free to use. You can download it from Google Play. It's called Keywords Everywhere. Remember, in our example, we are looking to find keywords to do with keto diet. So I'm going to enter keto and see what keywords pop up for keto. So as you can see here, this is the search trend with a free plan for Keywords Everywhere. The volume data does not appear here, but what I can do, you see the option here to click on find long tail keywords for keto. I'm going to click here and I'm going to see in this screen that pops up what are the keywords that people search for on Google to do with keto. Note that these keywords are listed in the order of most searched for. So although we don't have the information about the volume with the free plan with the keywords everywhere, you can still get an idea of which words to prioritize for the planning for the domain name based on the position the keywords appear in the list of search results. Okay, so we have first keto diet, we have keto meaning, keto diet plan, keto pills, keto foods, keto meal plan. So having in mind these keywords here, let's see the next step in terms of generating a few domain name ideas and see whether we can match any of this to what domain names are available. Also, to enhance your keyword search, what you could also do is use Google Trends, and you can check to see how keto as a trend is performing right now. So we enter keto, and then we are going to see what is the trend over time. So this is quite good, is above 50% in terms of search. What does it say here? Numbers represent search interest relative to the highest point on the chart for the given region and time. A value of 100 is the peak popularity for the term. A value of 50 means that the term is half as popular. A score of 0 means that there was not enough data for this term. So I say that roughly any keyword that has a trend above the 50 mark, it's a good bet. The closer they are to 75 to 100, the better. So the previous results were for United Kingdom, but you can filter for worldwide as shown here. So you can see worldwide keto is actually more popular than in the United Kingdom and is trending really nice. It actually peaked at 100 and now is trading around the 75% mark in terms of search. So that's good. So keto is good. All right. Okay. So right now I'm satisfied with the research I've done so far in terms of keywords and trending topic. So I've searched the keto keywords with keywords everywhere, and then I've searched the trends for keto with Google Trends. So now we are moving to the next step. The next step is to generate ideas for domain names using instant domain search. Probably there are other platforms out there that can help you with generating domain names that are available based on a certain keyword search for domain name. And the reason why you want to use this is because from experience, most domain names that are made up of just one word have already been bought. They're unavailable. Next, majority of domain names made up of two words, most of them are also unavailable because they are in use or they are bought and they're not available anymore. But if you search long enough, you can still find domain names with two words that you can use that are still available and at a great price. So what we are going to do to continue with our example, so we're going to put keto here and we are going to see what domain names containing keto in the domain name are still available and which ones are not available anymore. So just keep in mind, when you're looking to buy a domain name, you don't really want to buy extensions other than .com. I mean, you could go ahead and do whatever you think is best for you, but from experience, the best domain names are the ones that end in .com. So my advice to you is, if you can, reserve one like that. So looking through the list, obviously we are going to disregard anything that does not end in .com. And it seems myketo.com is available. This would be like a great choice, but let's see what were the keywords that we are trying to match. Ideally, keto would be good to have this keyword keto in the domain name, but if we also add diet or diet plan or foods or meal plan, that would be great. So let's see if we have any of these in the results. Actually, I'm going to put keto diet and see what happens. Keto diet. So right now we have all the results generated for domain names that are still available that have keto diet. So I guess you have a few options here. You have keto foods online, keto foods shop, right? So any of these options would be good, I guess, as a point to start. Actually, I like keto diet more than keto plan. And obviously keto diet is the first keyword to appear in the keyword search. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see from keto diet domain name search results, which one would be closer to our case study. Okay, so let's say we decide to go ahead with home keto diet. But before we go and register the domain name, let's perform a few other checks, okay? So let's say home keto diet is a domain name we would definitely want to go ahead and purchase. But before we do that, let's check a few more things. So the next check I want to introduce to you is a platform called Namecheckr.com. And in Namecheckr, we want to enter home keto diet.com for the purpose to ensure that we can create accounts on social media using home keto diets, and these are still available and we can go ahead with that. So when checking for home keto diet, it looks like these social media accounts are available. This home keto diet name is not used in any of the social media. So one thing to bear in mind is that this table here does not contain Gmail, does not contain Instagram and TikTok, among many other social media. Use this as a guide, but by no means think that this is an exhaustive list. Okay, so it seems like with this green tick that shows here for the social media platforms means that if we go ahead with buying the home keto diet domain name, then we can go ahead and we can also register social media accounts having home keto diet as the handle on all these social media platforms. As a note here, it is a good idea to have a handful of these social platforms accounts created to match the brand in the domain name. Whether you're going to use them or not in the future, at least you have the option to use them in the future, and then you avoid a situation down the line where, let's say, you have your domain name but you haven't registered any of the social media accounts to go with your website, and then people may take those available handles to create their own social media, and this creates a lot of headache down the line when you would want to have access and be able to use those handles, but they're no longer available because other people have started using them before you did. So in order to prevent that problem, and after you bought the domain name, it's good to go ahead and also reserve the social media handles for the platforms you think you'll be using in the future. All right, moving on, the next platform I want to introduce you to is the Wayback Machine. This is a very useful platform when you buy a domain name and you want to know whether this domain name has been used in the past. You will find that majority of domain names, especially the ones made of one or two words, most likely they have been used in the past. They were owned by other people, and if you can, ideally you want to stay away from that situation, because usually there's history involved, and then there are also backlinks with some, if not most, of these sites in the past, and this might affect your ranking on Google once you start building your domain. So for the purpose of our example, I think that the domain name was homeketodiet.com. So I'm going to put here homeketodiet.com. It looks like great news. There's no history here. Okay. If there were any results, any links, whatever domain name you are looking to check, if there are any results here, I would do two things. I would look for more information online on previous ownership and impact on current ownership for a domain name, and also backlinks and how that may impact ranking for your website that you're building for the domain name. So those things I would check. And if you still want to go ahead, then at least you're knowledgeable about the possible challenges. Alternatively, you may decide to go ahead and choose another domain name and go over the checks that I'm showing you here again. So this check looks good. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it helped you understand this sort of checks that it's good to perform before going ahead and buying a domain name. So besides availability, you also want to see any domain name history in terms of ownership. You want to make sure that you have done the keywords research in terms of the topic your website, your domain name is going to be about, what content you're going to be creating on that website. And with all the research for the keywords done, with all the availability checks for the domain names, with the history in terms of previous ownership, with all this information available, you can then make a decision whether to go ahead and buy the domain name and then start creating content and building your website. The video I suggest you watch next is the video I made on building an online business 1-year challenge, which I've started recently. I'm going to link this up here, and this is also part of playlist that I've created, which this video is going to be part of as well. It's all about building an online business, and I'm going to continue to make videos about building an online business, building a website with content and with a business model of creating revenue through advertisements and affiliate marketing. So if this is something that you want to explore further, you want to learn, you want to build a website alongside me, you want to watch over my shoulder, see how I'm doing, feel free to follow my journey and continue to watch videos I'm going to be posting in this playlist about building an online business. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, please share, like, subscribe. Leave me a comment down below and tell me how you found this video, any other checks you may be aware of that you have performed or you will be performing before you're buying your domain name. Leave in the comment below. Let's all share and learn together. And if you want to join me in the challenge of building an online business, feel free to follow my content. Feel free to check the playlist about building an online business frequently, because I will continue to create new videos and add new videos to that playlist. Hope you enjoyed this. Please share, like, subscribe. Share with your friends that may be interested in this video, and I'll see you in one of my next videos soon. Take care for now.